right, we need to grow bigger. So you got to invest in advertising. So as your business get bigger, your costs go up with it. And that was something I probably was naive to seeing at the beginning. That's one reason why I got into fitness.
To get
to
bigger,
improve my head to body ratio.
You're like a bubble.
Genuine story, yeah. Bush, I used to get called at nursery school.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, because you're like George Bush.
No, my hair.
Right, cool or not? Lego.
Lego's cool.
Beards.
No, not beards.
Beards are not.
No.
Okay.
But more like the social media side of things. That's what I still feel like I struggle with it a little bit now. I didn't realise was a job that I was going to have to deal with when I first started.
Doing stuff.
Yeah.
Hello.
ARTEMIS Friends with number 2 then.
Yeah.
ARTEMIS and Friends, number 2. Or as I like to call it, Dads with Autism and Businesses. That's what I was thinking about it today. I was going, yeah, we're both the same. But then I was thinking, perhaps that motivates. Perhaps that's why we got our own businesses, Lloyd.
Same age, same height.
So focused.
Same level of focus. Same
autism focus, which is like what you need as a business owner.
Yeah, just can't let anything go. Just will keep going.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
And consuming. Have you dyed your beard?
No, I straightened it 2 days ago. I had one of them comb things. Why?
Does it look really black?
Oh, is it? Oh, it might be oil or something. Like, I moisturise it. I don't dye it. I pull out the greys. I get rid of them.
See, I want the greys.
Yeah. I get them there and there. But that's not what...
That's dyed, mate.
It's not dyed. It's not
dyed.
just for men.
It was brown yesterday.
No. I did it the other night. So
did what?
So it was the same this morning. Yeah, it was.
Was it?
You just weren't concentrating.
Maybe, yeah. No. I like bringing you businesses that we work with, right? So you're one of the businesses I work with. And I got topics as well, but trying to keep it as fun as I can, I thought, because we're quite... So yeah, first notes is autism and business owners. Discuss.
Yeah. Well,
I think if you look at the top business owners, not that I'm comparing us to Elon Musk. Yeah, but he is well.
He's super autistic.
Yeah, and I think like now, as I'm growing older, because I live with like my stepson's like autistic as well, I see more and more traits in myself.
Yeah.
As I'm getting older, I think I'm getting worse.
I think because I didn't have anxiety or anything when I was a kid, or teenager. I'd just be like, So like anxiety, autistic traits, ADHD traits, loads of stuff. It's just ridiculous.
Well, I feel like I never wanted to like talk in front of people.
Right.
When I was at school, that'd be like the worst thing, when that come up like in English, when they go, get up and you got to read your thing out. Yeah, literally like that at the front going, no. But then doing it for almost a job daily now in front of like groups of people.
You just black out, didn't you?
You do, but I don't look at them.
Oh,
I don't look them in the eye.
I've noticed I don't look at people in the eye as much.
Autism.
Is it?
So, yes, because we don't like eye contact.
Yes.
So that's what it is, see? We've diagnosed it. Business owner, if you want to be a small business owner, let's have a bit of autism in you and it's going to help.
Yeah. But I present to camera loads as well. So that was me thinking, sorted it.
No.
Right. Just being out on social media.
Yeah.
Still autistic.
So there you go. But I think it probably is an argument to be made that it helps us focus, Lloyd, on our intent.
I like to think that it might just be ADHD rather than autism.
What do you think?
And then
an autistic trait, let's say.
Yeah.
Not
like
full on autism.
The powerful parts of it.
Yeah.
Like the superhero bits. Yeah.
Yeah.
Could be. Yeah. What about...
Because another one, Mel, she's got her own business.
Yeah. You
and
think
she cannot control her limbs to save her life.
What does that mean?
Well, that could be like another trait.
Like walking down
I think
the
it is
street.
another trait. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
She's lovely, but she's like Bambi.
Oh. I never even noticed.
Bambi's a boy as well. I found out the other day.
Is he?
Of course he is, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he falls in love with a girl.
Oh.
The girl deer at the end.
Yeah.
And he grows horns. Bambi's a boy.
Oh, right. No, I didn't even know that. Yeah. Silly name for a boy, isn't it?
Yeah, stupid.
Bambi.
Yeah, stupid.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Lloyd. So, I thought we'd talk about why we do what we do and how we work together. Should we talk about how we work together?
Yeah, let's do it. Right, so...
Start with how you met me.
Oh, yeah.
That's the initial, I suppose.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
day
and
dot.
then you can get off your chest the story
all
that
the stuff. All the stuff I need to say.
So it was a family member that recommended the PT Hut, and I was like super unfit, and I was like, I need to go.
Who was that then?
PT'd. So it was Laura's cousin. They pushed like PT Hut, and I was just like, right, I've got to do it. Got in touch, and the rest is history.
Yeah.
I realised that my story is always. I realised that I hadn't jumped into the air for like 3 years before coming to you.
Yep.
You were like, do a box jump, and I was like,
yeah.
My legs just.
So that was our first thing when we met.
Yeah.
When I was just a personal trainer rather than a gym owner. Did you have your business? Was you just working for someone then?
But freelance. A limited company just because of accounts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Doing the old media.
Yep.
Because now you do my social media stuff, my images, things like that, which is always a pain for me. It's been a forever pain of media, what to do with my social media. So it helps working with you now. So we started there, PT Hut. You died on one session, videoed it, vlogged it, put that up now. Yeah. You put that up now.
In the corner somewhere.
In the corner.
Or in the middle.
Lloyd dying.
Yeah.
And then me leaving the house like half hour later, and you were still in the car.
With my leg up.
Your leg. Forget that.
You were on an errand. You were like, you all right, Lloyd? I was, yep.
I'll be fine.
I'm on your way. He was just like, no.
So
and
now
then I got home and then waited about an hour and then did the end bit of my video, and I was still like
still messed up.
Tired.
That was the goal at the beginning. That was always my goal, just as PT, just shock them into something they'd never ever done before. Probably not the most constructive way to PT someone initially, but I don't train like that anymore.
Yeah, but with me, I think the whole thing about being just told this is what you need to do and then you're free, like, helps a lot because that's why I like the classes now, because I don't look up what the workout is, otherwise I'll be like, right, might not turn up tomorrow, but
might no show that.
Like, but yeah, if I don't look at it and then I just get there and then you're like, do this, and this, obviously I'm going to get confused like I do every time. Like, look at the list of things.
But less confused now, Lloyd. That's what I noticed.
Yeah. A bit. Yeah.
No, definitely. The way you break things down and stuff. What was once an 8-part move is now like a 3-part move, which is like, that's progress.
Yeah.
But you don't know to see it. So so you were working freelance then for who?
Yeah.
Anyone good?
We'd
Drop some bombs.
Yeah. So agencies, there's a big events agency called Smile that I was working for a lot. There was the guys that handle like Marmite and John Lewis.
Then moved to I need something else.
Then moved to when I was working for them, then lockdown hit, and then I was in my bedroom.
Yeah.
Not my bedroom, spare room, which was a bit rubbish.
What editing, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, and then obviously I couldn't differentiate between, like, if someone was emailing me at like 8 p.m, I'd be like, I'll just nip on the computer and do it now. Yep. But now obviously
it's never working. I like to call it not working from home. I like to call it living at work. Completely opposite way around, because I feel like everyone fell into that trap, me included.
Yeah.
Like, especially as a business owner as well. Like, you feel like you're never off, don't you?
Exactly, yeah.
When your work's at home, it's like,
And the thing is as well, like, the people around you, as in wives, don't realise
loved ones,
they don't realise that you're sometimes texting, like, or replying to an email or a query or anything like that, or sorting out a bill. They just think you're fucking around on your phone. So basically, like, and then you were like, I'm doing an email. Like, obviously you haven't
making money.
Yeah, you haven't like told them that, and then all of a sudden you're just like, I'm busy.
Yep.
But you've just been sat there on your phone. So it's very easy to do.
I used to read a book that used to help when I first started, like, what was it called? I can't remember what the book was called, but it was something about like switching gears when you're at work, like putting your focus into one thing.
Right.
So rather than spreading yourself across lots of things and doing it all a little bit substandard, whether it's at work, and you're texting your missus or texting your kids and stuff at
Mm.
home, then
Oh.
you're not actually probably doing the best you
Yeah,
can
yeah.
do on that job in a moment. The same way as you're not giving your family and
Yeah.
the kids the
I think
best
I've seen that
attention and stuff.
kind of quoted by
Yeah.
like Alex Hormozy and stuff.
Yeah,
like
it was cool. Like the one I called, they called it like changing gears, switching gears. So when you're at home, you're at home.
that. But you're 100% on everything.
When you're with your family, you're
Yeah.
going to do your family stuff, because otherwise everything just suffers. Like,
Yeah.
we get like coaching. When I'm coaching, I get messages come through from like home and stuff, and then you end up sort of texting, and you're just doing some shit message to them, and then you're sort of neglecting a little bit in the classes. So you sort of go,
Yeah.
but it's important. And at home, it's really hard to do that when you're working from home. It's hard not to do that.
Yeah.
And then you went,
And
what?
to get
Let's get a
distracted-
place.
Yeah. I think
Let's
the main thing is getting distracted from the work while you're at home, because
Yeah.
it's very easy to be like, I'll make some toast.
Yeah.
And then you're like doing plumbing.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden, like just get so distracted.
So what was the dream, to own like your own studio and stuff like now?
It was
Why?
kind of like
What's the passion? What's the driving force?
So like it was kind of putting everything in one place.
Yeah.
So I could, like I was doing certain things like videoing stuff, doing all the post-production. I had loads of kit, and I was like, rather than having like piles of kit, maybe I'll just put it all in one place. Actually like set it up in podcast rooms and things like that. Obviously podcasts still up and coming, so I thought I'll get into that as well as a thing. Built this. That's what I was going to say to you as well. Like, how was building the first Artemis when you got into the when you first got into the studio?
Yeah.
Was it studio? Was it?
What,
Unit.
warehouse? Yeah, unit
Yeah.
thing.
Because you had like a suspended massive beam the first time.
They're
didn't you?
still there. The pull-up bar. Yeah, they moved that around.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always trial and error, isn't it? Trial and error. From the off, that's what I found. Like, you learn so much along the way, don't you?
Sometimes you try and be like innovative at the beginning. You're like, you know what? More floor area. I'll put everything on the ceiling, and then you're like, fuck. Like, we don't
then I
use
couldn't
that,
use
or-
nothing overhead.
Yeah.
No one could go underneath the beam, which was then a problem.
Oh,
Like, the beam was never
right,
high
yeah.
enough.
Right.
But then if you had it too high, you couldn't work underneath it anyway. And then you sort of,
Yeah.
live and you learn. But what was I going to say? So where do you, like, your business, and I'll compare it to mine, where I feel like we draw parallels, where does it sit in terms of other businesses that do the same thing? So like a big studio like this, is this just a norm? Is this what most of them are like? Or this sort of size? Or are they big? Or are they small? How's it, like, 'cause obviously you used to work in it.
Yeah, I think in Essex you've either got I'll go, because basically you get stuff like this in London.
Like smaller ones like this.
Smaller
yeah.
ones like this, yeah. And they'll have photography, they'll have podcast rooms, they'll have all. So, but out in Essex, you don't really have the same thing that much. I have seen people up in Colchester, stuff like that have
Things.
video areas and stuff. So, and studios, photography studios are quite common, but doing the video stuff's not actually that common. So
you like top end, or you like middle? Because like, if I compare it to my business, where we have like JD Sports and things like that,
yeah,
JD gyms, which are like the massive,
yeah,
loads of people coming through.
No, exactly.
Then you'd have like the PT studio at the bottom, where it's just one person in, and then you have like the small group sort of sessions, like what we offer.
yeah.
Yeah.
So like we're small to mid, I'd
Yeah.
say, because
Yeah.
like I used to work at Spring Studios, which had like 9 of them, like in the building, and like 200 people in some days. So that's nuts. Like, but I did think, like, obviously I took influence from them to kind of make the cyclorama and things like that. And
I do that with all gyms on Instagram and stuff. I find ones that are like, more established ones that are like been going a long, long time. You look, you think, I like that. I like that. I like that. I like that. Pull that in. Bring that idea.
Yeah. Is that more with how they've figured things out in the gym, the space, or like how they're doing stuff or their marketing?
Like general vibe of the gym, like the appearance, like aesthetic appearance of the gym. I sort of just had my own sort of ideas about how I wanted that to look, but more like the social media side of things. That's what I still feel like I struggle with it a little bit now. That's like the art form that I didn't realise was a job that I was going to have to deal with when I first started.
Yeah.
Was the advertising and the media side of things.
Yeah.
If you build it, they will come. that
That's
sort
what
of
I
like
thought as
mentality.
well. Yeah.
If you build it, they will come. And then reality is no one knows you're there.
Yeah.
And
once you assume that, like, you know, people walk by, people talk, you have some customers, you think they will recommend and stuff. But
that
for the
pissed
most part,
up bloke that turned up at the door with his can of 6,
I'll be
he's going to
joining in
tell all his mates, and they're all going to come here.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So like, I feel like for me as a business, like I do it because I've always wanted to do it, basically from the start. Like even as a teenager, I used just normal gym stuff, like Fitness First. Used to go there, and when I was about 18, I was thinking, oh, I'd like to do this as a job. But then even then, when I looked at it, I was like, what? I'm not going to earn any money just being like a PT in a gym. Like probably a bit short-sighted. That there's other options obviously out there. You could be like real high-profile PTs and stuff, but like it's just like not great money.
And you cap out pretty quick.
Yeah, right? You cap out. So I was like, right, done military stuff and all that, but always done something active. And then just waiting for that right sort of situation, the right sort of scenario of, okay, look, this opportunity's come up. Let's have a go. Let's like transfer back to that fitness, because that's the thing that I always loved and want to do, because it isn't about the money. And you learn that quickly, that it's not so much about the money, because I ain't got none. But one day, fingers crossed, there will be some money. But I feel, for me, learning where I fit, that's been my biggest learning curve. I feel like over the past couple of years I've found it, with a bit of like business sort of consultation stuff, is finding where I sit like in the market of like fitness, like identifying what my business does, like as a gym, where like the JD sort of, that model of gym where there's like thousands of members and it's a tenner a month. And even like these gyms now, they have good classes, they have like good setups, they have all these functional fitness spaces sort of in there, but you can't compete with them. And then you have to sort of learn and go, right, okay, so if you can't compete with them, stop trying to compete with them. Right. And then you focus in on like what your actual like your real niche is, which is like that coaching and that small group space. And then like pricing accordingly and stuff like that is important. Looking around at other businesses sometimes, like, because not that I'd done this, but this is from like the consultation stuff. I said you shouldn't look out and think, well, they're doing that, I should do that, because you could be copying something that's broken. Right. Do you know what I mean? Like, like if you look and go on social media, and go, oh, look, they're doing good, and they're doing like sessions for £4. Oh, maybe I need to do it for £4 or whatever. Yeah. But they could be on a slippery slope to nowhere. Do you know what I mean? Like,
absolutely.
Like you have to be careful, like to just like really understand what your business is and do it. And since I've done that with some of my consultation, like identify that small group, and that's where we're good, and not trying to ram classes too full and stuff, and like recognize that it doesn't matter if I can, like if I fit 20 people in my gym, the quality of my service drops. Yeah. And then ultimately that's a falling sort of model that will just eventually, just because I get 20 people in there once, eventually then it will drop down to no one wanting to come, because it's actually shit, I'm doing a shit job. Yeah. Sort of thing. And that's the thing I've learned of late. That's my latest lesson. Right. In the ARTEMIS gym.
Is there anything that you did early on that you regret doing, like in the build, or?
Like I think like you find the right sort of format. I don't regret it, because you sort of do it, you think, oh, that'll work, and then you go, there's a better way and stuff. I feel like I found it now, utilising the space as much as I can. But it's always when I look back, I don't know, like when I first opened, you were there right at the beginning. Yeah. There was nothing there. Like in terms of kit, that we had like, I think a set 6 kettlebells total.
But you did have that
one
thing
rower,
we talked about earlier.
Yeah,
like
pull-up bar.
Yeah.
And that's what it was. I still got a pull-up bar. But yeah, like one rower, one bike. And then you look at like the rest of the kit, like really minimal, didn't look great. But then people were joining. It was the same,
bike, wasn't it?
It was
that aero bike.
Yeah. And like we only changed our price format like about a year ago. But yet we were charging the same as what I was then, when there was nothing in the gym. Yeah. And then like when I invested loads into the gym, and you look at it and you think, right, okay, so how did I manage to sell then? And then you realise that it wasn't about the kit, it wasn't about any of that. It's about the the coaching and like the intimacy of the coaching when there's only a few of you on a class and things like that.
Okay.
And you start to recognise and go, that's why people joined.
Yeah.
It was because of that. That was the selling point that I was missing.
Oh, that's good, because you could have been like, I need to charge more. That could have been your lesson.
Yeah.
But you took the fact that you were doing something right back then when you were able to charge like a similar price.
Yeah, you like things go up, things change. Like if your business is worth it and whatever you're charging, you know it's not worth it when people don't pay it and you don't have a business. But if people are paying it, then it's obviously worthwhile.
No,
You must have the same sort of thing.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, so it's like sometimes, like you have clients that you're fairly guilt free to sort of say this is what the price is, and then they're just like, yep, no problems. They're normally bigger like agencies and stuff like
People
that.
with more money than what I have. That's how I was going, ooh, this is a lot. And then you go, it's this much. And they go, yeah.
Yeah. Oh. There you go. And what we do is we pay it all up front.
Yeah.
And you're like,
you go,
okay, without me doing the work. Yeah. And we trust that you'll do it.
Yeah.
Right.
Realise that other people are not in the same financial situation as me.
Yeah. But these are like normally big agencies, and I love working with them. But yeah, big clients direct as well. Can't mention it, but a sports brand, equipment brand, and they
end with ton.
maybe
and begins with Penelope.
Yeah. But yeah, we do some like good work with them, and they're because they're so big, like they're just
They've got the funds, haven't they? They've just got
traffic. And like they to like secure you, they pay in advance, and that's like unheard of in this sort of thing. If I said that to a flower shop around the corner, they'd be like, no, I'd rather just see like how it all turns out, and then I'll pay you at the end, which is totally fair. Like there are some agencies that will pay after 90 days, so it swings around about. But as a curiosity thing, I guess, like I don't think everybody knows how expensive your stuff is, like as in
the kit and stuff behind the kit.
Yeah, because we have the same thing, like like a adapter will cost like minimum 40, 50 quid, and you're just like, I need about 20 of these, and then all of a sudden you're spending like
it's expensive. It's expensive.
Like, change one little thing. Like
I mean, it's different if you. I mean, you probably need kit better than me, but like
But even like bands and that, when they come,
it's
when
low.
they need to be renewed, like
it's
how much is like a resistance band, for instance, and you got to get like 20 of them or something.
Yeah, they same as like the adapters and stuff. They add up, but it's more that I don't like to have things that are broken or unserviceable, because then I feel like people notice that. People never notice the things that are working well, but then they notice the thing.
Turn the lights
they
off
notice the thing that's a bit shit and a bit breaking. And then it
everyone
just
sees
like
the
everyone goes,
stuff,
there's that rubbish bit of thing. So I've always made it a thing that if it's not how I want it, I'll just bin it straight away. But then costs come with that. But then that's another thing you learn. Like as my business has grown, so at the beginning we learn like you wouldn't have this sort of membership thing like churn and stuff, like making your business grow. So my business got to a point where it just sort of stays stationary, and like you're looking into it going, well, why? And well, for one, it's like amount of people come through the door, obviously like leads and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But then you have that churn of people that you lose people, which is part of any business. And having like a low percentage of like churn
people
is
that just don't come back.
Obviously a goal, like people that you don't want lots of people leaving. But we're at the beginning when you feel like you had all this fast growth, like your business just growing. Because when 4 people, say my churn was 10% or something, I've had 5 people join, and I lose 10% a month. How much is that, Lloyd?
It was half a person.
So every 2 months I'm going to lose one person, if I've got 5 people. But then like they tell their friends, and suddenly I've doubled, I'm up to 10 people, and my churn now is 1 person a month. So like it goes really quick, although it's still 10%. But then when I'm getting to like 80 people, where I've got 80 members, and I'm losing 8 people a month. And then what was once when I was only having 4 people join, and you think, 4 people join a month's enough. That's just eventually I'm going to get to. Eventually I'm going to get there, and then suddenly everything sort of stops and stays static. That's a learning curve and something that's important. So I've really put a lot more emphasis into trying to keep people to stay, like improving the churn and stuff through like various things. But then that's where the social media thing, and that's where I try and reach out for you guys and stuff now. And get you sort of doing it and try and pull a few more people in because that's the job I don't want to do, that I want someone else to do for me.
You did a course, didn't you, a while back? And
Yeah, only a little one. Yeah,
because
probably a bit throwaway to be fair, but
but it was like supposed to be for gym owners, right? Or like people in.
That's why I wanted to do it. Yeah, because it was meant to be specific to he'd owned a gym and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
but then reality of it is like there's so many different. Not that it was bad, but
there's different schools of thought.
Yeah, there is. Yeah,
so
I took some of the things what I needed out of it. Yeah,
some that it needs to be really targeted.
Yeah.
And some that it needs to be like just anything. Some that needs to be really high end. So
I suppose what I took out of that stuff is that, like, when you do your business, there's a job within a job within a job. There's jobs in there, like building shit, this. Like you end up having to be like a construction worker, don't you? And then you're like, right, I just want to do the coaching. And then you're like, right, I've got toilet's broke,
admin,
toilet's blocked, and it's like, okay, cool, let's fix the toilet. Like, you end up doing everything, don't you? And now I suppose that's what I realised with the media stuff, because I was thinking, right, I can't do it myself, like, because you start looking at it and thinking, right, it made sense where they say, right, you need to do your demographics, figure out which ones are responding, you're getting all this stuff from, and have all this imagery, like section it up into 4 blocks and try them all and see which one comes back as the most responsive. And it's like, I ain't got time to do it.
Exactly, yeah. So they're suggesting like, just in your own time, do like testing on each one. And it's a lot, isn't it?
It's mental. And let's say as you start to earn more, like these things obviously become priority because we've got more members and stuff now. So you're thinking, right, we need to grow bigger. So you've got to invest in advertising. So as your business gets bigger, your costs go up with it. And that was something I probably was naive to seeing at the beginning. That like
you can't do everything either.
No.
So you've got to pay for certain.
You've got to pay for everything. So you got to think, if I've got more people in the gym, that kit's getting used more. So it's going to get replaced earlier than what it ever would normally. So your costs are going to go up, like the thing, all that sort of stuff. You're like, oh yeah, it makes sense when you start to think about it. But you think, oh, I'll just put this kit here and it'll last forever. And it doesn't, because if you want a busy gym, it gets used and that costs more and things break more often. And media, you need more people because you need 20 people coming in now and your budget's got to be bigger. And coaches want paying more because they've been here for 8 years and they're more qualified than like they were at the beginning, which like obviously everyone wants to be in. It's like, okay, cool.
So it's all variable costs, isn't it?
And then suddenly you're like, you're earning the same, like you're not, you seem to be really, the growth is small, but that's the business we're in. But
what's the next steps for the gym?
That's what I was going to say to you. Is this your goal, or what's the next goal? Where does it end? Does it end? You stepping away? You not doing it all?
I think, probably a bit of a misguided thing that, and everybody wants to like do nothing and get money, right?
Big businesses.
Exactly. So it'd be cool to take a more of a, if I can actually figure it out. Your mouse in there somewhere. If I can figure it out and be more of a business development role, like, and meetings, creative stuff like that, that'd be nice. But basically, I'm a grinder. Is that a worker at?
Definitely. That's what you do. You grind.
So basically,
a grafter.
That's it.
Do you know what that screams?
I'm on grinder all the time.
You don't graft because you don't even know the word.
I'm too busy grafting to know what the word graft is for. But like that thing. Basically, like just people sending me tons of work, getting it done, like paying for this and stuff. And then the business comes kind of afterwards to.
But what do you want to do in that? Like, do you want other people to be doing what you do now?
Yeah. But
so, what would be your role or no role?
It's a bit of a weird thing because you want to build a community, you want to like expand the business, you want to support creatives in the area. For me, anyway.
So, how do you get when you get work now? Are you like the salesperson?
Yeah, like I get a lot of referrals as well. So like there's some really like good people that I worked with in the past who like go off and they they start working for another place, and then they're like, Lloyd, are you available for this, and this?
Yeah.
And then they leave, and then they're
Someone
all of a
else has
sudden
used them.
like, I'm in
That's
with that
good.
business and stuff. So yeah, normally it's just a case of how much availability have I got for the work I do.
So
And
do you
then-
see that being the job that ultimately you'll probably finish on? Because that's where I see mine.
Yeah,
I see, like, as I get busier, because no one sells your baby like
yeah,
you, yeah? Like, that's the same for me. No one loves it like I love it.
Yeah.
So I'm always going to be the best salesman when someone's coming through the door
Yeah.
to get them to join,
Yeah.
right? So that's
Yeah.
where I see now, as we get bigger, I'm probably going to be doing less of the stuff that I actually really love, which is coaching.
yeah.
And like stepping away, let other people do that, and then I become almost the salesperson initially, until I can employ someone to
I think it's
give them incentives to
because
go.
if you found the right people
sell
and you
the
were like,
people.
actually, this person really knows the brand, like, and you know, like, I think I found that in Ellie a bit. Like, she's pretty awesome. So, you know, like,
Get well soon, Ellie.
she,
Get well soon.
yeah. So basically, if you have the people there, it's just finding the people, I think, and like kind of integrating them.
Yeah.
I think it was, and this is I don't know whether I should have followed it in my head as much as I did, but I think it was Gary V quote said,
Who's Gary V?
Gary V, do you not know him?
No.
Oh, right, okay. So he's a business mentor, owns Vayner Media and stuff like that. Like, he's a big LinkedIn
Media
type
person.
Yeah. And yeah, he's basically like a social media business person, but like quite high up. Not as high as like Elon Musk or whatever, but
No one's higher than him, mate.
no one's exactly, yeah. But basically, he said that why, when you hire people, you can't consider that they're gonna like enjoy the work as much as you do. Like, you're gonna outwork them. You're gonna have to, like, without incentives and you know, like, making sure
You'll
that
pay
they're
someone to
having
love
a
it
good
that
time.
much. Yeah, to be that important to them.
So you have to think that way, because like, why should they care? You know, like, other than the fact that you're paying them, you know, what you can. So yeah, it's a bit of I've always had that in my head, and you know, when you know it's coming to the end of the day and I'm just looking around and like, I'm still busy, but I can't give any of the work off. I'm just like, actually, guys, like, go home if you want, because like, there might be another day where I will need you to stay a bit late, like, just you know, have an hour or whatever. So it's that kind of stuff, because I know I can't really give that many incentives like in other ways. So yeah, so it's
all part of growing business, right? Your costs go up with it.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you want a bigger business and you got to do other things, you're going to end up paying them more money. It's the same for me.
Yeah,
If
exactly.
I step away, I'm going to be paying more coaches and all the media. Because if I step away to get like, just become full-time salesman pretty much, I can't coach every night. But then also the media budget's going to have gone up massively to enable like 20 people a week or whatever to be coming in and wanting to join up.
Yeah.
That don't happen just by me paying 20 quid or whatever on Facebook.
No, exactly. And were you looking at another location?
Yeah, so my goal has always been get bigger. That's mine. That's where I see the end game. So I'm not massively interested in just being a manager, like of a couple of gyms or whatever like that. Because I suppose I could always leave this as it is, start again somewhere else.
That's tough, actually, isn't it? Like,
yeah, but I just think it really would change the role for me. I'd like to just go bigger, basically do it all a little bit bigger than what I do now, so I can still sort of actively be involved in it.
Yeah.
And then eventually, hopefully, have lots of eggs in each basket, sort of within the gym, normal gym, like Globo gym stuff, Olympic weightlifting, functional fitness classes, all happening all at the same time. And it gives me, like, I've done the numbers and stuff, and the numbers sort of speak for themselves. It's like a no-brainer to make it happen, but you just got to get to certain levels to be able to accommodate it. That's all. Make it happen. Make that jump. Yeah. That's what you're learning. Yeah, but you grow little, and I feel like you learn along the way, and it's not too much to overwhelm. I feel like I would have been stuffed if I'd turned up. As much as it would have been like if 200 people would turn up on the door, it would have been a problem.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But maybe it would have been great for a month, but then I wouldn't have had the infrastructure to deal with it.
And you
it
do
all would
need
have
that as
folded.
well. Like,
it all would have folded and gone. Would have been short term. I think it would have been anyway.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, because I suppose you would have had the funds there at the beginning.
Yeah.
From
I would have had all the funds there to do it. but whether I would have known
exactly
that I needed to step away,
yeah.
being a salesman, got other people in, all that sort of stuff. Whether I would have seen that first, I don't know whether I would have done, and all the things.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's one thing at a time at the moment.
Even now, like, you know, if I'm given too much work, I'm just like, well, how am I gonna do it? Because like, if you're just one person, and you have to do two things in the same amount of time, like sometimes it's not possible. So,
do you find it hard having people work for you when they do it differently to you? Or are you quite accepting of that?
I'm quite accepting of that. I'm like,
oh yeah, with autism, you're all right with that. I struggle with it.
A lot of the time, I'll
do it this way. That's the way I want.
A lot of the time, I'll sort of like say, "I'll make sure you do this because of that," and then if it doesn't, then I'm just like, oh, "I said." That's why I say things. But yeah, no, it's more of like a let them get on in their own way. If they need help, then they can ask me.
But from customers' point of view, they're going to like different personalities, right? Different people dealing with them. Yeah. And that was always something that I probably did acknowledge at the beginning.
Yeah.
That my way isn't the only way. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And people don't like me just as much as they do
exactly.
like me.
And imagine with this place, like, if I got a fashion brand or like a bunch of girls in to
girls,
and I don't.
You do, sometimes you do. I've seen genies.
It's if it was just me with a beard, like staring through the camera at them, they'd be a bit like this dude. But you know, having a team which is a bit of everyone,
it's less nonsense, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. You do think that?
I'm not doing it because Ellie,
bring out
Ellie,
come on.
Ellie, come watch this, just so they know I'm not.
But you do think that
I've always had this beard,
great,
especially for this.
It's I don't know, it's one of them things, isn't it? Like, you're conscious of certain stuff, and like having a diverse team where you can kind of, different customers are sort of catered for and stuff like that, then I think it's good. Like, I suppose in your way, like Marek's system, Joe's system, and all different courses, different horses.
Would you do it again, Lloyd? If this was binned,
So,
would you do it again? Would you start back at the beginning and go, all right, let's do this again then?
I do.
Or would you
sometimes think,
this is like, effort.
It's been a lot. Like, I think as a sole owner, it's really tough. Like, or even if you're not a sole owner but you're doing most of the work, it's quite tough. Like, but I'm all about like learning as I go anyway, because like little mini games and stuff, and I'm a grafter.
Yeah, because you're a grafter.
On Grinder, and it like giving myself little missions and things to learn, and worst case scenario, I die, and then I don't have to worry about it.
Was you worried in COVID? Did your business change in COVID too much?
It did, but I was building stuff, so I always try and see the positives. So like, if I'm a bit quiet, I use the time for training. If I'm like haven't got people coming through the door, then I do remote work.
It's the autism.
Yeah,
find a way. I'm normally sad for a day. Like,
sad.
I let myself be sad for a day,
I get that.
Because I feel like COVID was when we couldn't train in gym is when I really upped like the programming level and stuff in the gym and the options of that, because it was all online. That's, you feel like you can get stuck into bits of it but you might not have got stuck into.
Affect your mood.
Bills.
Yeah.
Yep.
I get that quite heavily. Like, that comes around, I'm just like,
what am I doing this for?
3-4 days.
I might as well knock this on the head. Yeah. Like, I felt in COVID, I thought if I lose this, I feel like it'd probably affect me in a bad way, I think. I don't even know what I'd do. I feel like after doing this now, because I always wanted to do my own business and own thing, and you hope that you do a good job and that it continues, don't you?
Yeah.
So like, how long you been here now? Like 5 years?
No. So this is 3 years.
3 years?
Yeah, just over.
Which is over, like what they say, like most businesses fail within the first sort of year, innit? Something like that, year, 2 years or something like that. Well, it's early. You're past it, I think.
Right.
So like, so, and like, there's a lot to say for that you've got past that.
Yeah.
Because I think, people don't know. And I always thought, if it went when it was out of my control during COVID, well,
it would suck.
Sort of out of control. I don't know what I'd do, whether I'd do it again or not. because of the amount of effort,
Yeah. No, exactly.
passion, blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah, I don't think, because sometimes I'm like, oh, you know what, I could go to another location, and just building this room would be a nightmare. Like getting the soundproof whole thing done again. Like
2 seconds, Lloyd. This is the another example of being a business owner and doing all the jobs yourself.
20 minutes by the time I get down there.
Okay.
I think there's a little bit of traffic.
Yeah, there is.
25.
Yeah, see, that's the being a business owner. All the jobs.
Yeah.
I've got to be a delivery picker up a man now.
yeah, and a kit assembler.
And the kit assembler.
So what is? Do you know what it entails? Like this? So it's a massive leg press. No, not leg press.
What, new kit? You asked about the new kit?
Yeah.
It's not a massive leg press. It's just a normal leg press. Probably a quite small one. It's just regular size leg
Just a regular
press.
one.
Yeah.
For me.
Always invested, Lloyd.
Yeah.
Always investing. I feel it's important.
Yeah.
I feel like I get my spending out of my system at work with the work budget. So
Yeah.
I don't spend my personal money too much.
Okay.
Although-
Right. Da-da-da.
Just these little things. Don't worry
Yeah.
about these.
Do you
Reimagined.
find when you have got the funds, you go a little bit nuts, or
Well, one day I've yet to have that problem yet of having
Right,
the
okay.
funds. So
like,
we'll
obviously,
see.
like, you know, like if everything comes in at one point, or if there's a certain time of the month where everyone's things come through, and you're just like, ooh, you know, I could
Ooh.
get that bit a little bit, or like an adapter or whatever.
No.
No.
No, forever balancing.
Yeah.
Balancing.
Yeah.
No, I won't take the money yet. I'll just keep investing until I get where I want to be, which is like a bit of a bigger stage. Then I'll hopefully reap the rewards and
Yeah.
do less
Like,
and take the money, because I feel like as soon as I start to take the money and I'm going to live to my means, and then I will never be able to
exactly.
invest in the business and all that sort of stuff.
And it would. I always think that as well. Like, even if I have to pay a personal bill, and I'm just like, oh, I need to take out the investment that I put, some of the investment that I put into it, and then then I'm just like, oh fuck, like it's gonna damage the business or whatever. Or I haven't got that for when bills come around. So yeah, it's a bit of a pain. But yeah, it is. It's a bit of a roller coaster of emotions being.
It is being a business owner.
Yeah.
So to sum it up, we say
Don't do it. Would you advise other people to do it?
You got to love it, and yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I think. You got to really, really, really love it. I think it's different. I think it's a massive difference between building a business and taking over someone's business as well.
Right,
Like
yeah,
inheriting a business that's already established.
Right.
I think it's different.
Yeah. Coming up with the processes and stuff.
Yeah, like that. Like people don't understand. Like I think there's a lot of value in it. Like because we learn. Like you learn. Like everything, every little inch of your business, you learn, don't you? Which is what sort of discovering. But I feel like there must be a difference to like just inheriting something and having that passion for it. One, like because it's not your baby. You've like it's a. That's a bad analogy.
Looking at the
It's an adopted baby, and you don't love them as much. No, that's not what I'm saying. It's not a real baby. So that's a bad analogy. But yeah, it's like that's like different, isn't it? I'd say.
Yeah, definitely. Like as I say, I haven't been in a opportunity to inherit a business or like run a business. Working for people, I always find a bit like if it's you're working to get a wage, but then again, like the end goal that you're helping them get to doesn't help you in a way. Like it's good that you're getting a wage from them, and that's the benefit to you. But past that, there's nothing else.
I never wanted to work hard.
Right.
Like then, if that makes sense. I used to do the least amount of work. Not that for the money that I could. Not that I don't work hard. I've always worked hard, but I wouldn't ever and now it's the opposite. I'll work for
Lots
nothing.
of toilet breaks.
I'll work for nothing. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Bugger off for a poo 4 times a day just to kill some time. Like now it's like, well, I've done it for nothing, for no money. Do you know what I mean? Just for the love of it.
And you kind of have to put.
Yeah, there's a value. There's no value. Well, there is a value on that.
If you were to factor in your time for everything, like you'd be in, probably not minus, but you'd be like on 50p an hour or something crazy.
Or nothing.
Or nothing.
Yeah, or nothing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Passion.
I did have some quick fire questions for you.
Go on and be quick, and then I have to go.
Have you got to go?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Sorry, mate.
Right. So answer them quick then.
Quickly, we're just like first thing that comes to mind, like
Yeah.
words. Okay.
What's the worst injury?
Just one word answers.
Yeah, or like sentence.
Okay.
What's the worst injury you've had to deal with?
I don't know.
I was thinking your
Balls.
no, not your balls. You had the stomach one, didn't you?
Oh yeah, hernia.
that called?
Yeah, hernia. That weren't that bad.
Was it not?
That was all right. Nah, knee because it went on for about 4 fucking years.
Oh, right, okay.
Psychologically, it damaged me. All right now though.
Have you
learn from it.
ever done the box jump thing on the shins?
Everyone done that? Yeah.
I did
Everyone's
it.
done that.
I've got a dent in my shin.
Yeah,
now.
everyone has that. You only do it once.
Yeah.
You only do it properly once. Then
So
you learn.
It's mad.
Yep.
Yeah. Proper scars. Right. Okay. You've done that as well.
Yeah.
Good. Good. Do you ever pull a muscle getting your shoes off? Like
No.
your shoulders, I always do. Like when you're wearing dress shoes
And you try hard to put a thing on.
and then something goes and you're like, ah.
I always pull muscles demonstrating to the class.
When you haven't warmed up.
Because I'm cold. Yeah.
Right.
That's when I do that.
How many calories do you eat?
4,000.
Love to be able to eat.
No, you wouldn't. It's
Is that a lot?
it's a hindrance.
Yeah.
It's nice at the beginning. It's rubbish now.
Does it change depending if you're doing strength or fitness cycles?
Yeah. Yes.
Like how much would you be? Because you're on a strength cycle at the minute.
Mm-hmm.
What would it be? for
So when I'm
fitness?
trying to gain, I'll be in a surplus. So because I want to put muscle on.
Yeah.
And then generally when I'm fitness training, I'm in a maintenance. So I'm trying to stay.
Okay.
I'm trying to
But
hold
you
on to everything.
never go under. There's no point for you going under.
Not for a deficit, not really,
No.
unless I want to lose weight. At the moment, maintenance is the thing, and then I just training for fat loss and stuff.
Yeah. Unless you got really massive. Saw someone the other day. He was 115 kilos lean,
Unit
and he bulked in 4 months to 150.
decent.
That's nuts. Steroids, but no.
Depends. It depends how long they've been doing it for.
Yeah. No, well, it looked like I don't know. What is your go-to cheat meal? I know people don't like to
Chinese.
say-
We like Chinese.
Yeah,
Chinese
is good.
food.
Yeah.
Special curry in it. Chicken chili salt.
Oh, you have? Is that what you have?
Boiled
Chicken,
rice. Yeah.
pepper-
Normally when Joe, my wife's at
Yeah.
work, I'll get that in.
Just to myself. What can you joke about with impunity?
I don't know what impunity means.
Means
Some
so,
gym instructor.
as in like, if you could joke about something and people would be like, "It's fine. He's albino. He can joke about it," or "He's a dwarf. It's
Amish.
fine." Amish
Because you've got
people,
an Amish beard.
disabled as well.
Autistic Amish,
Autistic.
Amish people. Yeah. What? Because I'm that.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
people just don't know.
Oh, right, yeah. People with big heads. I've got a block
Oh, there you go. Yeah,
side profile. There you go. Yeah, there you go. Widescreen
there
that.
you go. Yeah,
Yeah. That's one of the reasons why I got into fitness.
to get
To
bigger.
improve
Why?
my head to body
Otherwise you're
ratio.
like a bubble.
Genuine
thing
story.
in the
Yeah.
car.
Bush, I used to get called at nursery school.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, because you look like George Bush.
No, because my hair as well. My mum was a hairdresser, and she used to give me like almost like a dome sort of style hair.
Right.
And
The acorn, I used to call that.
yeah,
like-
there was like
Yeah.
an acorn sort of thing, and there was a little like Chinese kid at my
Same
nursery,
haircut.
and no, it wasn't same haircut. No, I had more like an Elvis sort of this thing coming out the front
Oh,
of my head.
right. Okay. Yeah.
But he didn't used to speak English, I can remember it, but he managed to muster up the words to shout at me every time I went into nursery, Bush, and point at me. And I can remember the lady, like assistant, always just taking him away because he'd make me cry.
Was he older?
Not the same age.
Same
What
age,
was nursery? Like 4?
Yeah.
But I can still remember it, Bush. And then that got carried over into my military career where people...
Because you told them
told them
early
that.
on.
It's
yeah.
funny then, I can deal with it then. But
Yeah.
as a,
Right.
Bush.
Tell loads of guys.
Because my head was
that's
massive and I had loads of hair. So Bush,
it. I like
yeah.
it. Right. Cool or not?
Oh.
Lego.
Lego's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beards.
No, not beards.
Beards or not?
No.
Right, okay. Swords.
Swords. What are these questions?
Cool or
Swords.
not?
Chords. Well, samurai sword's cool.
Right. Do cool people own samurai swords?
No.
No, exactly. Cigars.
Samurais are cool. Huh?
Samurais are cool, but
cigars.
there's not many of them about.
No.
these days. Cigars. Cool.
No.
Arnie, not cool?
No, they've
No, where's it a bit?
been banned now, haven't they?
It's true. Scars.
Scars, yeah, scars cool.
Scars
I wish
cool.
I had all the scars in the world across my back,
Do you ever want that one?
face, all of it. I just, like Jason, like a Viking. I just want to have like sword scars.
Yeah. Story to tell as well. Dogs and cats. What's better?
No, I'm not really interested.